Hello, I thought I'd do like an update video on Modafinil, seeing that I've now finished my first month using the drug. I thought it'd be cool to do this as almost like a pros and cons list, just to kind of keep it simple. There's a few things that I want to cover, but I think if I don't split it into a list, I might miss something or I might not cover it properly. So, well, let's go over the cons first, and then we'll finish with something sweet at the end. So, a con of Modafinil is that it's kind of like a stimulant. So if you don't take it early enough in the day, it can affect your sleep at night. You'll feel quite restless. Your mind will be kind of ticking over everything that you want to maybe get done, or things that maybe you've got a project going or something like that. I found it very difficult to get to sleep the first time that I took Modafinil, and that's because I took my first one, I think around 1:30 in the afternoon, so 1:30 p.m. And yeah, by the time I went to bed at like 9-10 p.m. that night, I was laying awake till almost midnight. So take it early in the day, or not at all if you like to get sleep. Another con of Modafinil is that it doesn't motivate you to do a task as such. Basically what it does is help you focus on a task. But if you don't want to do the task, or you don't sit down with a game plan as such, and if you're a procrastinator like I am, then if you end up getting pulled into YouTube or Reddit or, playing PlayStation or something like that, you will focus very intently on procrastinating. So you have to want to sit down and do the work that you need to do. Modafinil won't motivate you to do the work. It will just allow you to get through it effectively. But you have to you have to motivate yourself to start. And the last con, probably the biggest one that I noticed, is when I upped my dosage. I started on 100 milligrams a day. I'm now taking 200 milligrams a day. But when I was trying to transition over to 200 milligrams a day, I started taking 150 milligrams in one shot, take it all at the same time. And I found that made me extremely anxious for hours. It probably didn't kick in for about an hour or so, but I was overthinking about my heartbeat. I was concentrating on my breathing. I really felt like I was on the verge of having like a panic attack or something, which is something that I don't suffer with. I do have anxiety from time to time, but panic attacks and that sort of thing really isn't me. So when my heart was racing and that sort of thing, I thought, right, it's definitely the Modafinil. So now that I take 200 milligrams, I take 100 milligrams first thing in the morning when I get to work at around 7:30 a.m. And then I take the other 100 milligrams around 11:30 a.m. So then that way, it's got around an 8-hour half-life. That even that second dose of 100 milligrams will have worn off by 8 p.m, 8:30, 9 p.m at the latest. So by the time I do go to bed, I can still get my sleep. Okay, so now the pros of Modafinil, which is I'm sure what you wanted to know about watching this video. The pros of Modafinil is obviously the focus. If you struggle to focus, even if you do sit down with a game plan, or you do sit down with the best intentions of getting work done, but you get pulled from task to task to task, like I'll have 4 jobs to do, I'll do 10% of one, 20% of the other, 10% of the next one, then go back to the first one, do another 20%, then go to the last one and do 10%, you know what I mean? It's not an effective way to work, and you end up getting overwhelmed and pretty stressed out just by the fact that you can't seem to check jobs off in a logical order. So if that's something that you struggle with, Modafinil will definitely help you stay on one task at a time. Set yourself out a work plan. You've got 4 jobs to do. Go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and just start with 1, get it done, and then go to 2, get it done. Don't jump between jobs. Modafinil will definitely help you stay on point and on task. So that's the way that I recommend you use it. Well, I should say, I'm not recommending you use Modafinil, but if you are already using Modafinil, I'm saying the way I have learned to use it, that way has been effective for me. So I'm not recommending you use Modafinil. Speak to a doctor. Another benefit of Modafinil, which I didn't actually expect, but I've definitely noticed, is it makes you more kind of social in a strange way. Speaking to people seems much more natural. You seem almost quite willing to say hello to strangers, or just have a bit of chit chat and small talk with people in work that you might not necessarily always speak to. And the final benefit, which has been great for me, is performance in the gym. It doesn't necessarily make you stronger or anything like that. You know, that's a different sort of thing that people take, but it's really helped me have a more focused and intense workout, in the sense that all of my reps are more controlled. My sort of mind-muscle connection has been a lot more prevalent. You know, I'm halfway through the rep and I start to overthink it, or you know, and that can lead to just a poor rep, or you kind of buckling and shedding the weight or something like that. So the way that it's helped my gym performance has definitely been a nice benefit as well. I wouldn't recommend taking modafinil purely for benefits in the gym, but what I'm saying is the unexpected effects that it's had on my workouts is definitely a welcome, so a little bit bonus. So that's it. There's 3 pros and 3 cons of modafinil.